Yes, Pete, Dunstall was only 1 goal short of equalling Fred Fanning's all-time goal-kicking record when he booted 17 goals against Richmond at Waverley Park. Dunstall, ironically recruited to Glenferrie Oval by Tigers coach Alan Jeans, became only the 3rd player in league history to kick more than 16 goals as he spearheaded the Hawks' 79-point win. The match began with the Hawks first into stride through Hall, but from that point onwards, it turned into the Jason Dunstall show. The brilliant spearhead was running rings around the Tiger defence, marking with ease and in most cases kicking truly. In fact, he kicked 6 of Hawthorn's 7 for the term, and only 3 late goals by the Tigers kept them within 24 points at the first break. In the second quarter, the pattern continued, Dunstall goaling in the opening minutes, but he was lucky to escape serious injury after marking soon afterwards. Although stunned for a minute, Dunstall recovered quickly to post his 8th a minute later, and he was to kick 3 more for the term to finish with a half-time tally of 11. Highlights for the Tigers were few and far between. Maxfield's goal the best of them as they trailed by 47 points at half-time. The only interest in the second half was to whether Dunstall could break Fred Fanning's 45-year-old record of 18 goals. That looked very unlikely when he managed just 2 in the third quarter to take his tally to 13. But his hopes remained alive in the final term. By the 25-minute mark, Dunstall had 17, but the record equaler eluded him. Nonetheless, it was still one of the great performances of modern-day football, helping Hawthorn to a crushing 79-point win.
Touch. If Sydney could win their next 2 games, they're going to get some players back. Who knows? Jarman was in the news yesterday. He was reported, not for this incident. You don't get reported for playing brilliantly like that. But Dunstall was 17 goals. He was quite an extraordinary performance. He's broken all of the records except the big one of Fanning's yesterday. This was a nasty little piece and certainly not deliberate. Remember what happened to Dunstall 2 years ago out at Waverley, and he had to wear the head guard. He was out of action for a long time. But he recovered fully from that. His best performance prior to yesterday was 12 goals, both times against Geelong, and 17 yesterday. And Jarman again feeding him off. And Peter McKenna said yesterday they didn't look for Dunstall any more than normal. They played their game as normal, and this was a 17 to break the Hudson record of 16 for the club. He broke the Waverley record, which was 13 to... Peter McKenna, I'm just wondering who got best on the ground at Waverley yesterday.
Well, I wish I could give him 10 votes. It was just, I thought I was going to be part of history yesterday, Bruce, as a matter of fact, when he had 11 at half-time. But I gave 1 vote to Paul Cooper, half-back flank. They're going to find it very difficult to put this player over the side. Tough and hard, runs straight at the ball. Ben Allen, same attributes, I should say. Thank you, Bruce. As Cooper, Ben Allen, tough and hard at the centre bounces, good play, and Dunstall was absolutely magnificent. 17 goals, 5, and didn't pass too many yesterday. He did not break the full forwards code, which I was pleased to see.
What were you going to do to be part of history, by the way, Peter?
He's going to run out the ground.
No. Part of history being there.
Oh, gotcha, Pete, gotcha.
And I honestly thought he was going to break Fred Fanning's record. And I would say if Hawthorn had have concentrated and thought about the selfish aspect of the whole thing, he would have kicked about 25. But they played their normal nature.
They cannot do that.
I know they can't. I'm saying that's good, Ron.
Yeah,
but
I think it's fantastic.
But they played their normal game, and although Dean Anderson tried in the last quarter to suck the fullback out and handball over the top, but Scott Turner went back with Dunstall.
Peter, how many players did they play on Dunstall yesterday, Richmond?
3. They started with Jeff Hogg. And
what about that? What do you think about Hogg at fullback, Pete?
Well, I saw Jeff Hogg. Kevin Bartlett was criticised last year. Jeff Hogg kicked 10 goals last year against Collingwood at full forward, and why they do not play him at full forward when they haven't got a full forward's got me beaten.
You had Kevin Bartlett explain that every time.
They can say all they like about it, Ron. They've got 100-goal full forward and they play him everywhere but full forward. It is ridiculous.
The game is not built around full forwards, it's built around winning. And you win the game up forward and you save it down at the fence.
The hardest positions to fill on a football field are centre forward and full forward. How difficult is it to get them? Now they've got one, they don't play him there.
Full forward.
But I want to get back to Hawthorn. Hawthorn, if anyone thinks that the demise of Hawthorn is about to happen, it's a long, long way off, because they had Mew, Brereton, Deere and Jenke out of that side. They've slotted in Andrew Gowers at full back and Langford to centre half back, and they've got 2 good top-class ruckmen. They are the best side in the competition. They're going to be very difficult to beat.
Who did you pick as premiers?
I think Hawthorn will...
No, before the season started?
Hawthorn I tipped for premiers like I did last year, Ron, when everyone wrote them off.
I also did.
And I want to say one thing about Richmond too. Don't
what?
Richmond, a lot of Richmond supporters will be very disheartened, but I mean they've got 2 tall blokes out, O'Dwyer and Big Gale, and they've got a few injuries, and you know they can play a lot better than that.
Mega, Alan Jeans and Peter Swab, both from Hawthorn at Richmond now, would know the Hawthorn side better than anyone. What did they try to do at the start of the game to stop Hawthorn?
Well, they tagged John Platten right out of the game completely. That was a great effort by Tony Free. Now, there's probably the hardest player in the Hawthorn side and a very important player to the club. They took him right out of the game. Made no difference to Hawthorn. They just rolled on with the way. And Jarman is the best player to watch in the competition.
Well, I tell you what I'd love to ask you, but I haven't got time. Can they still play Greg Deere and Stephen Lawrence in the one
Yes.
team? But thanks for that. We didn't have time. Jason Dunstall, well, he did break almost every record on the book yesterday. I tell you what's interesting. He's played 4 games at Waverley this year and kicked 45 goals. And Hawthorn are going to play 16 games at Waverley before the finals. Yet away from Waverley this year in 3 matches, he's kicked 10. So he's averaging 11 and a bit at Waverley and 3 and a bit away. He certainly likes VFL Park. Now, all up, Dunstall and Lockett, head-to-head. Dunstall's played 152 games and kicked 697. Lockett's played 148 and kicked 696. So there's a terrific comparison between 2 of the greatest full forwards ever. Dunstall, all the records he broke yesterday. Coleman's, Hudson's, Lockett's. And he is the 3rd man to have kicked 17 in a game. Coventry kicked 17 in the record, of course. He's 18.
Another game, Hawthorn massive winners against the Tigers, 25-22, 172 to 14-9-93. What sets that game apart is the performance by Jason Dunstall, a club record 17 goals, falling just 1 short of the league record this afternoon. The previous best by a Hawthorn player was Peter Hudson's 16 against Melbourne back in 1968.